Hello everyone, this is Psy Soldier and I would like to welcome you to my third episode of my Let's Play Dominions 4 Tien Chi, the Barbarian Kings. If you caught the second episode, you see that we began our campaign against the Indie provinces. Everything went well except for the fact that we had a stupid general that decided to commit suicide and charge headfirst into the enemy troops. Hopefully everything will go a little smoother in this installment, but either way, I believe we're going to kick some indie provinces in the teeth. Thank you very much, and without further ado, let's get this thing going. So we are ending our turn and crossing our fingers, and hopefully, yet again, we do not have any terrible, unfortunate events. But we did have an unexpected event in Tien Chi. Yay! Local Yield Lords are feuding. Unrest is increased by 35, and tax is minus 100%. So that is one of these terrible, unfortunate events that I have been dreading this whole time. The battle in Kratas apparently has gone fairly well. As I expected, I lost a few footmen, but we did wipe out the enemy successfully. Go ahead and looking at this battle. We see here my footmen taking arrow fire as I expected. And I am returning the arrow fire, and I am doing a little better than they did. Speed this up a tad. Volley after volley. And that lesser fear effect from my howling bows is actually quite powerful. I don't believe they would have run quite that early had it not been for the fear effect on my howling bows. And that just completely shortened the length of the battle. Now I believe, as you can see here, my unrest is at 28 thanks to that unfortunate event that I sustained. I'm going to go ahead and army setup. For the time being, I will place all of these guys under the command of my priest, and I will have him patrol the province, which will help to reduce any unrest. And as for these guys, there used to be a move and patrol province order. Yes, there is. Move and patrol. So hopefully they will move into this province and immediately begin patrolling, and they will, with any luck, wipe out the remainder of that unrest. Looking down here, I will go ahead and recruit. The most important thing to recruit right now is more ancestor vessels. This is putting me behind on research, I have no doubt. I am probably a pretty good bit behind on research. Where am I at? I am. I am not familiar with what my. Okay, I am the little pink flag. So, looking here at the score graphs, my pink flag, I'm actually fairly solid in the middle as far as provinces go. Forts were all the same. Income. Thank you to that random event which dropped me down to the very bottom on the income chart. Gym income, I'm not particularly doing good. Research, yes, as expected, I am at the bottom on research. Dominion, yeah, I'm not. I would expect to be fairly well on Dominion. Army size, I'm not particularly recruiting a ton of troops. I am recruiting quality troops, so my army size is fairly low. I've actually reconsidered recruiting all ancestor vessels and foot soldiers. I believe I'm actually going to change that and get rid of some of these ancestor vessels and recruit another one of these ceremonial masters. along with what foot soldiers I can recruit. So I will go for 3 ancestor vessels, 3 footmen, and another one of these ceremonial masters, which are, as I said, just the basic priest. That way I can throw out a few more blessings and hopefully get everybody blessed up and ready to go earlier in the fight, because it would be unfortunate to miss blessing some of my ancestor vessels. Now, looking around, I can see that Bizia has moved into the caverns now, so they are now bordering my ally Agartha. Uh, it does appear that they have an army of hobbits, the little Burgmeister guards, which are actually surprisingly quite good. They've got a pretty good defense value, so their defense skill is nothing to laugh at. There's also the fact that there's like a million of them in one square, so they can pretty much throng around giant or larger units than themselves. So, whereas you might have 2 humans in a square, you might have 4 hobbits or little Burgmeister guys in one square. So, that kind of changes the numbers equation that anyone is up against at any one time. I believe that that is pretty much all that we can really do at the moment, and let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. We'll do one more check to make sure that we are recruiting everything that we want. I am using all the gold that I can recruit with, and we are moving to patrol. Let's get this thing going. Alright, another unexpected event has occurred in Ghent. This one, however, was fortunately good. We did gain 4 nature gems. Patrolling troops in Tien Chi have killed 8 filthy brigands and troublemakers. There are still many unruly subjects in this land that have to be eliminated. If there's one thing that the Mongol Khans are good at, it is eliminating troublemakers. Now, taking a look at my Khan, I can see that he also gained a heroic ability. His ability, however, is heroic agility, which is actually quite good. I really do like this heroic ability. Ambidextrous, and he has increased attack and defense skills. Yes, so his defense skill has just gone up by 1 point, and I believe his attack has also gone up by 1 point. So that is not too shabby. We go ahead and take a look at our army setup. We will throw these few horse tribe or ancestor vessels down in the Khan's army. He's now got an army of 16 of the ancestor vessels, 14 of the footmen, and a few archers as well. With his units here, I believe he should be able to take out this little indie province quite easily. I should also be able to take out that province fairly easily as well. We will, however, recruit. I will go ahead and recruit 3 of them. I really wish that I could recruit a master of the way and pump my research up a bit, but we'll have to do what we can without that. Rather, right now, I believe that the troops that I am going to be conquering my enemies with are a little more important than the research. If this was a really, really long-term game that I was expecting to play, I would put a little more effort into increasing my research. However, at this point, I want to be able to eliminate any AI players that I run into at this point. Earlier, the better. Go ahead and set our orders for these additional priests that I have recruited. As before, they are going to be casting blessing, blessing, blessing once again, and they will stay behind the troops. They are basically there just to make sure that these guys here get blessed. If those guys go into battle and they don't get blessed, that is not a good thing for us. Clear orders. Cast a specific spell. Blessing, 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 and blessing. They would also prove rather useful if I happen to encounter some demons or undead, but rather stay behind troops rather than cast spells. I believe, yes, I did have all of them stay behind troops. That is exactly what we want. I will go ahead and select them all, as I will be moving all 3 of my priests, and we will take over this province here. Forget that. Let's go ahead and take over this one. We can take over the next one after that. I would like to have a sizable army of my ancestor vessels before I move over there, because there's not a whole bunch of point moving up there, then moving back here, and then going to take that one. I prefer to attack in force, take over everything with as little losses as possible. If you attack with too few troops in your army, you are likely to suffer more sizable losses. If I attack with 50 ancestor vessels, I'm going to wipe them out in a matter of seconds, and I'm going to lose next to nothing, if anything. If I attack with this, the closer the battle is, the more losses you sustain. The more overwhelming your force is, the less forces you are going to lose in the process. For that reason, I do not favor some of the strategies that you see in multiplayer games where people are sending out, 5 armies in several different directions, and each army consists of, 15 troops. Those people may manage to expand a little faster, and it may put them ahead in the long run as they conquer territory at a quicker rate. However, they may also be a little more likely to encounter absolute disaster and lose everything that they have. In that case, they get set behind quite a bit. Attacking in force, building up your forces a little more slowly, you don't expand quite as quickly, but you do expand more securely and at a better rate overall, because you can conquer any larger enemy armies that you encounter at the same time. Whereas if I was dividing everybody up and sending them, left, right, north, south, I'm likely to lose everything, and that is not a particularly good outcome for us. So I believe I will go ahead and end this video here, and I will do the work on editing and uploading, and let's get this thing going for the next one. As always, I would like to invite you to like and subscribe to my video, and I will continue this on, and hopefully you will see the Barbarian Horsemen of the Tien Chi end up successful in my first ever Disciple game.